Welcome to the final of the League Cup 2009 from Jalan Besar Stadium, the home of Singapore football. And a very warm welcome to an absolutely gorgeous evening here at Jalan Besar Stadium for the final of the League Cup 2009. Brunei, DPMM taking on the Singapore Armed Forces. DPMM aiming to be the first foreign team to pick up domestic silverware here in Singapore, while Singapore Armed Forces, they are the most successful club in S.League history, but the League Cup is one title that's currently missing from their trophy cabinet. Both teams have had contrasting form coming into the final tonight. DPMM, well, quite simply, they have been in scintillating form. They have a perfect record. They have won every single match, even thumping SAF 3-0 in their Group A encounter.
Brunei DPMM making their debut in the Singapore League Cup 2009. Subi Abdullah opening DPMM's account in the League Cup. Giga, he can do that in his sleep, no problems for him. Across the goal, Jurkovic, far post. Good setup, great finish. Rene Komar, he's curled it in. What a goal! Jurkovic, top corner. Fantastic effort from him. Easy finish for Giga, and that wraps it up. DPMM are into the final of the League Cup 2009.
DPMM certainly have been in scintillating form. Joining me now is their head coach, Viran Simonuc. Viran, all the talk prior to the match was the suspension of Salyutin and Bergiga, but we've also found out that Ivan Jurkovic is also not in the squad, and he's your leading goal scorer.
We just survived first shock for Salyutin and for Hamid, and today we got other shock, very big shock. We lost Ivan Jurkovic in this moment, very important player for us. And this moment he's in the bed watching us, and I send a regard for him. All team is beside him, close to him, and all team fight for him. And you know what to tell for tonight. For tonight, it's one game. I built team really nice. So if we play first 11, we are very strong. Without three players, starting player is not easy, because Salyutin is from last line, Jurkovic midfield, and Hamid is striker. So it is a really skeleton team. But we try our best to challenge big team subs.
Viran, thank you very much. Best of luck for the final ahead. Whilst DPMM, they have been in fine form. Singapore Armed Forces, well, they've stumbled their way into the final here tonight. They did get thumped by DPMM in the group stages. They squeezed past Tampines through penalty kicks in the quarterfinals. But one thing we know about Singapore Armed Forces, you cannot write them off.
Singapore Armed Forces, 7-time league champion, but they haven't won the League Cup yet. It's rolled across the goal. Wilkinson from a mistake, and that's a great start for SAF. Saifullah, who gets a touch on it? No one. The defender gets the goal. SR again, it slips in. NTRI, solid penalty from the Japanese. Duric working well here. Park Tae-won, emphatic finish from the Korean. Ball slipped through. Will Duric break his duck? Yes, he does. His first goal of the tournament. And that means SAFFC are through to their first ever League Cup final.
Yes, and Aleksandar Duric scoring his first goal of the League Cup in that semi-final win. Joining me now is the General Manager of SAF, Colonel Kokwah Leong. Now, Colonel, I'm going to come straight out with it. This is your 5th game in just over a fortnight. You've got an ageing squad. You were thumped by DPMM in the group stages. How is Richard Bock going to approach this game differently?
I think the boys who took us to this final, they earned the spurs. So I think there's no change in the starting lineup. But in truth, there's no choice. We have a very small squad. And like you say, a lot of oldies around. But I tell you this, the oldies are fitter than most of the youngsters around here. And we are very confident that they deliver. Tonight, I think it's cup final night. There's no reason to feel down. We are in high spirits. We want to win this cup because this is the only cup that we have not won. But we are up against a very good side, DPMM. We respect them, but in a cup final, anything can happen. I believe if we play our game of football, we play to our potential, I think we should be able to win.
Colonel, thank you very much. Best of luck for the final ahead. It's going to be a very, very exciting match. Well, kickoff is about 5 minutes away. The crowd here at Jalan Besar Stadium really is filling up. It's a lovely carnival atmosphere both inside and outside the stadium. When we come back after the break, we'll throw to our match commentator Shazad Hark and have a look at the team lineups and the team formations. We'll see you then. Welcome back to Jalan Besar Stadium for the final of the League Cup 2009. Brunei DPMM against the Singapore Armed Forces. We are in for an absolute cracker. Let's go to our match commentator now, Shazad Hark, who will talk us through the team lineups and the team formations.
Well, thank you very much, PJ. 19 days of hard work boils down to this match, the final of the 2009 League Cup. Arguably, two of the best teams in Singapore will contest this showpiece event. It's been a really interesting route to this final game. Brunei DPMM and Singapore Armed Forces, as the teams walk out, there's a trophy they'll be fighting for. SAFFC in all white. It's the red and black of Brunei DPMM. This match is generating huge interest, by the way, in Brunei. So a big hello to our viewers there. A chance to see if their team can become the first foreign team to win any silverware in Singapore. Historical moment for them. And let's look at the selection tonight. Well, all the pre-match talk was about the captain Salahuddin Damit and Algerian striker Abdelhamid Bergiga missing out because of suspensions. Of course, Salahuddin's ability to command and rally his teammates has been key to their uncompromising performances in the back line. Of course, the experience he brings as well as he approaches the final years of his lengthy career. And Bergiga, a man who has been a stand-up player up front. Well, Abu Bakar Mahari, who's never started for his team, and Odogi, who's been sidelined in recent weeks, they will start ahead there. We'll tell you a little bit more about that. First, let's look at SAFFC. Well, much smoother for them. No suspensions to worry about, but they'll have to make do without Singapore international Ahmad Latif, who's not going to start tonight. He's still recovering from a hamstring problem, but he still may come off the bench and play a crucial role. Just the one change for SAFFC tonight. Hafiz Osman starts ahead of Razali Kalik in defence. But the big shocker tonight is that Ivan Jurkovic, the key player for Brunei, he's their top scorer. Well, he is in hospital with suspected food poisoning. We heard just a little bit about that earlier from the coach Vieran Simunic, and it's a huge blow for this team. And don't forget, he has scored 4 goals in this competition and one of the best passers of the ball in the country. So they're going to have to do without him, and that's why they've brought in Mahari and Azwan Saleh, 2 very attacking players. There is the man who's generated plenty of headlines this season. He's molded the team in his own image. They're a tough unit